What's going on, everybody? This is Bronco Juggalo, and I just decided for a change of pace today and do a video from a different location. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I hope the wind isn't too loud. It's a little windy today. This is day 6 of Brother Peanut Butter's Thankskilling 10-day challenge. Today we are doing a French film. That is the day's challenge. Today we are doing the 2007 film Frontiers. Directed by Xavier Gens and starring Karina Testa as Yasmin. A Paris thug and his group have robbed or pulled off some sort of heist. We're not sure exactly what happened, but we're pretty sure they robbed a bank or something because they got a bunch of money. Right now, them and his ex-girlfriend Yasmin are in a riot going down in the city of Paris. These riots follow the election of a right-wing leader. They're trying to get out of town and they take 2 separate cars. On their way out of the country, they stop at an inn, a hostel, where the innkeepers have a deadly, deadly secret. Now, on the back of this box, on the back of the DVD case, it calls this movie The French's Answer to Saw and Hostel. I didn't really think that was the case. To me, this movie was much more Texas Chainsaw Massacre / Wrong Turn meets Apt Pupil. That's just how I looked at it. We have a family that really isn't a family at all. A Nazi soldier, after the war, came to this part of France and went into hiding. He then started collecting quote-unquote family members and bending them to his will, basically brainwashing them into thinking he's God and starting his own pure race. They use the inns to kidnap, kill, and destroy everybody that comes near them. They are cannibals. They have a bunch of cannibal disfigured children living in the mines beneath. And it's just a very odd, weird kind of setting. As I said, it reminds me much more of Wrong Turn than Saw or Hostel. Now, it's definitely bloody and gory, but so is Wrong Turn. So definitely a decent film. I really enjoyed it a lot. I was a little drunk when I watched it, and I ended up having to go back and watch it again. Something I found very interesting about the film was there's a bunch of foreshadowing in it. This film takes place in 2007, and one of the guys in the film even makes the joke that France finally has its George Bush. And I know they were talking about George Bush Jr., but he says that he always knew that France was 10 years behind the U.S. I did find it really funny, the foreshadowing in this. It very much brought me back to what happened in our own country at the time of the last presidential election, and all the riots and protests and things that went on there. I thought that was kind of an interesting just little tidbit to the story. Getting into the pros and cons, I really don't have a lot of either. I enjoyed this movie overall. I'll start with cons, as I really only have one actual con, and that is to me that the story got a little bit fuddled. I think they tried to incorporate too many elements at times. They were trying to mesh so many different horror movies together that I think it got just a little bit fuddled in the middle. And but other than that, it was a lot of fun. It was really good. Definitely, if you get a chance to watch it, definitely watch it, and watch it in the original French. I always recommend watching movies in their native language because it just comes out better. My wife, in fact, was watching a TV show or something on Netflix yesterday that's all done on dubbing it's from another country, and it's all dubbed, and it just sounds so terrible. It sounds like people that are reading from a script without any emotion or anything in the acting, and it doesn't even sync up well with what the people on screen are saying. So yeah, I always recommend watching things in their original language, even if people say, "Oh, I can't do subtitles." It's so much better than watching it dubbed in that crappy manner. Sorry, the puppy's over there playing and having a good time. As far as pros go, I really enjoyed the acting in this. I thought the acting, especially of the main character Yasmin, the acting of her friends, the acting of all the quote-unquote bad people in the movie. I thought this movie was very well acted, very well done. My next big pro is the cinematography. I love the way this movie looks. It's so dark and so gritty, and the tones in it are so muted. It almost looks like it's filmed in black and white, even though it's not. It's not in black and white at all. And it just looks very muted, so that when the blood hits and the blood spatter, it really stands out. And it really looks cool. This is definitely kind of a splatterfest movie as well, in my opinion. When the blood does come, there's a lot of blood. And I really enjoy that. I like good gore. That's my next big pro, is the kills and the gore in this are top notch. They do so well in it. It's such a good, well done special effects, good special effects makeup, all that. It's just very nicely done. I did enjoy the story, as I said. It's a little bit fuddled and a little bit muddled in the middle, but I did really enjoy it. I liked this idea of this crazy, Nazi, basically raising a Nazi family in the middle of France. Well, on the edge of France, whatever. But it did really much feel like I was watching a, American redneck kind of movie. Like Wrong Turn or something, where they're all inbred hillbillies in the backwoods. And it just made me think how funny that was, because, Hitler wanted his master race that yet even he himself didn't match the description of. So here's this guy trying to get this master race of his own going, and for his troubles he gets a bunch of deformed, and messed up crazy children and people in his life, but yet in his brain it's pure, and it's just so insane that I couldn't help but laugh, like, God, you're such an idiot. It's no wonder the Nazis lost. They were so stupid. I don't ever get people like that. Why anybody wants to try and make everybody else conform to what they think is right or they think is beautiful. I just don't get that at all. But anyways, this is very much a thought-provoking film. It really brings up those kind of thoughts in your head. It brings up those kind of issues. And as I said, it even to me had political implications and foreshadowing of American politics as they are in the country right now, which I think is pretty amazing, seeing as how this movie took place 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I really love the feel and the atmosphere of this film. As I said, the cinematography lends a lot to that, and so does the music. I really enjoyed it. I liked just the way it looked and the way it felt and the sense of dread it brought. I do wonder if the people that did the subtitles were maybe a little bit off, or if they were going for like dictionary definitions of what was being said, because the subtitles sometimes to me seemed like more it was written out of a book than what somebody would actually say. And what I mean, like, is instead of them screaming, "Go, get out of here, save yourself," blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff, it would be like, "Go, get away now, go away from me now," that kind of thing in the subtitles. So I just kind of wondered about that, but it didn't draw anything away from it for me. I still really enjoyed it. You get everything that's going on, and I'd really still rather have that and get the emotion, get the intensity of the performances from the actual actors, than having all of that ripped out and just be replaced over by some monotone voice actor who's not doing a good job in the role, and whose voice sounds like it would come out of somebody else's different, completely different body. I'm glad that I watched it that way instead of in the English. I want to thank Omniscient Esquire again for sending this to me, and I want to thank Brother Peanut Butter again for putting us up to this 10-day challenge It's been 6 days so far, 4 more to go, and let's hope we make it through. Anyways, this is Bronco Juggalo saying peace.